Your cat may spend their whole life waiting for one thing from you. Not a better toy, not more treats, not even more affection in the way humans usually imagine affection. Something quieter than that, something deeper, something most cat owners never realize their cat has been asking for all along. And that is why so many cats seem loving but distant, why they sit near you but not on you, why they watch you in silence, as if they are hoping you will finally understand something, because your cat is not just living beside you. Your cat is reading you, your habits, your mood, your voice, your tension, your energy. And hidden inside all of that is one silent hope. Your cat may not be waiting for you to love them more. Your cat may be waiting for you to understand them better, not as a pet to manage, but as a quiet emotional being, speaking in signals most humans miss. And once you understand that, a lot of ordinary cat behavior starts to feel very different, because what you thought was distance may have been trust. What you thought was random may have been communication. And what you thought was nothing may have meant everything to your cat. Today, we are going to talk about the one thing many cats wait their whole life for you to do. And the truth is, they may have been asking for it every single day. People often call cats independent. And yes, they are. But independence is not the same as emotional detachment. Cats are not emotionally empty. They are emotionally subtle. That is the difference. A dog may run to you with obvious excitement. A cat may simply sit 3 feet away and blink slowly. To many people that seems small, but to a cat that can mean trust, peace, softness, a willingness to be vulnerable near you. The real problem is not that cats do not express love. The problem is that humans often fail to notice quiet love. We notice noise, urgency, demand. Cats communicate through smaller things. A pause in the doorway, a soft meow, a slow blink, the choice to stay in the room instead of leaving it, the choice to rest nearby without touching you. And when those small signals are repeatedly missed, many cats do not become less emotional. They simply become less expressive, not because they stopped caring, but because they learned that subtle communication often goes unanswered. That is why this matters, because the thing your cat may have been waiting for is not dramatic. It is not expensive. It is not complicated. It is to be understood before they have to escalate. To be emotionally recognized while they are still speaking softly. Point 1. When your cat sits near you but doesn't touch you. This is one of the most misunderstood things cats do. Your cat walks into the room, looks at you, finds a spot nearby, and settles there. Not in your lap, not pressed against you, just close enough. A lot of people misread that moment. They think, my cat isn't very affectionate. But often, that is affection. In feline language, shared space matters. A cat does not casually choose closeness. If your cat chooses to be near you, your presence is doing something important inside them. It means you make the space feel safer. It means they want connection, but in a form that still feels safe to them. And that is where many humans break the moment. The cat comes near. The human reaches too fast, grabs too much, turns a quiet approach into forced intimacy. Then the cat leaves, and the human says, my cat is so moody. But the cat may have been saying something else entirely. I came to you gently. Why didn't you meet me gently? That is one of the deepest lessons in living with cats. Sometimes love is not touching. Sometimes love is not interrupting the closeness they chose. Takeaway line. When your cat chooses your space, don't rush to turn it into touch. Sometimes the moment is already complete. Point 2. When your cat looks at you, then looks away. This is another behavior people almost always underestimate. Your cat looks at you, holds your gaze for a second, then softens and looks away. It seems tiny, but it is not. In feline language, direct staring can feel intense. So when a cat looks at you and then relaxes instead of staying locked in, that can be a sign of trust. A sign that they do not feel the need to stay guarded around you. That matters more than people think. Because many cats are not asking for louder affection. They are asking for emotional safety, for a relationship where their nervous system can settle, where they do not need to brace, where they can simply exist near you without tension. And humans often miss this because they keep waiting for bigger signs. A dramatic cuddle, a louder display of love. Meanwhile, the cat has been offering tiny signs of peace every day. And those signs are not small just because they are quiet. They are quiet because that is how many cats love. Takeaway line. Your cat may not always ask for more attention. Sometimes they are asking for less tension. Point 3. When your cat interrupts you at the wrong time. You sit down to work, open your laptop, take a phone call, start focusing on something important, and then your cat appears. They step across the keyboard, rub against your arm, sit between you and the screen, meow while you are clearly busy. It looks annoying, maybe even funny, but sometimes it means something deeper. Cats are extremely aware of patterns. They know when you are physically present, but mentally absent. They can feel the difference between shared space and disconnected space. And in those moments, your cat may not be asking for entertainment. They may be asking for acknowledgement, a glance, a soft word, a real second of presence, a signal that says, yes, I know you're here. That matters. Because to a cat, being unseen inside a shared room can feel like a quiet form of distance. And over time, cats learn the emotional shape of a home. Who notices? Who doesn't? When they are welcomed, and when they are just background. If this is hitting you right now, take 1 second to like the video and subscribe to Feliccio. Because the more you understand these quiet signals, the deeper your bond with your cat becomes. And the next part is where everything comes together. Takeaway line. Your cat is not always asking for your time. Sometimes they are asking to feel real to you again. Point 4. The one thing many cats wait their whole life for. So, what is the one thing? It is this: for you to stop treating their behavior like a problem to control and start treating it like communication to understand. That is the shift. That is what so many cats are waiting for. Because once a cat realizes that you respond with curiosity instead of control, everything changes. When they hide, do you only pull them out? Or do you ask what made hiding feel necessary? When they meow at night, do you only want silence? Or do you wonder whether it is stress, discomfort, confusion, loneliness, or habit? When they stop sitting in a place they used to love, do you assume they are being strange? Or do you notice whether something in the environment changed? A smell, a sound, a routine, a tension in the home. Cats do not need you to decode every signal perfectly. That is impossible. But they do need one thing. They need their signals to matter. They need to live in a home where someone pauses long enough to ask, what might this mean for my cat? That question changes the relationship, because it tells your cat they are not just fed here, not just housed here, not just managed here, but emotionally included here. Takeaway line. Your cat's deepest need may not be more care. It may be to feel that their inner world matters to you. Point 5. When your cat brings you their vulnerability. There is a level of trust in cats that many people do not recognize. It is not just affection, it is vulnerability. Maybe your cat is usually independent, but comes near you after guests leave. Maybe they get startled, then come into your room instead of hiding far away. Maybe they are not especially cuddly, but choose to sleep near your feet when something feels off. That is not random. That is emotional placement. Your cat is locating safety, and they are locating it around you. That is one of the deepest things a cat can do. Because cats do not only bond through affection, they bond through regulation, through who feels safe when they are unsettled, through where they go when they do not feel fully okay. And that means one of the greatest honors a cat can give you is not just playfulness, not even just cuddling, but trust during uncertainty. If your cat seeks you when they feel fragile, that bond is deeper than many people realize. Takeaway line. The strongest bond with a cat is not proven when they seek you in comfort, but when they seek you in uncertainty. Point 6. What your cat may have been hoping for all along. If we strip this down to one emotional truth, your cat may have been hoping for this all along, not to be loved more, but to be misunderstood less. That is the heart of it. Your cat does not need human-style love. They need accurate love. Love that pays attention. Love that notices timing. Love that understands that a blink, a pause, a quiet sit nearby, a brush against your leg, can all be part of a conversation. Because cats keep offering clues, again and again. A look, a retreat, a return, a nearby nap, a soft interruption, a late-night visit, and every clue asks the same quiet question: will you understand me this time? That may be one of the saddest and most beautiful truths about cats. They are not as unreadable as people think. They are simply speaking in a language most humans were never taught to hear. Takeaway line: your cat's deepest wish may not be to be adored more. It may be to be understood more clearly. If one part of this video felt especially true for your cat, comment just one number. 1 if your cat likes being near you without always wanting touch. 2 if your cat interrupts you most when you are mentally busy. 3 if you now realize your cat may have been asking for understanding, not just care. One day, almost every cat owner has a moment they wish they understood sooner. A moment that looked ordinary at the time. Their cat sitting in the doorway, watching from across the room, sleeping nearby, looking back one extra second, and later, the owner realizes that moment was full of meaning. That is why this matters now. Because your cat is speaking now, waiting now, hoping now, not in some dramatic final moment, but in the smallest parts of everyday life. And maybe the one thing your cat has been waiting their whole life for you to do is not to love them harder, but to love them more accurately. To pause before labeling, to observe before correcting, to listen before dismissing, to become the kind of presence that makes a cat feel not just cared for, but known. And for a creature as quiet as a cat, being known may be one of the deepest forms of love. So the next time your cat enters the room, don't just ask what they want. Ask what they might be saying. The next time they sit near you, don't rush to make the moment bigger. See whether the smallness of it is the message. Because maybe your cat has never been difficult. Maybe your cat has been patient. Patient with your speed, patient with your noise. Patient with how long it takes humans to understand quiet things. And if you start listening differently from today, your cat may finally feel something they have been waiting years to feel. Not just safe, not just fed, not just loved, but deeply recognized. And that may be the moment your cat was waiting for all along.